people do is that we have so many ideas. It's everywhere. It's here. I will do this, I will do that. And I mean, less sections and more ideas. This is basically very scary thing for a business, even in a single business, one step at a time, rather than going into many different ideas and trying to implement everything. So that is the other I just want to share with you very quickly the other mistake that I also hear, and also I felt personally, is that being too optimistic can actually break your confidence, can actually give you a very negative impact in a short period of time. We think everything is going to be perfectly fine, all the roads are going to be straight, and this is going to be very convenient, and everything is planned. It might not go according to what we think it should. So there will be many bumps and very scary ones. And the worst thing is, that's when we get tested as a businessman, on our confidence and on our actions that we take. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Inas. Request Danish to share your
Uh,
learnings.
I think Inaz, you're totally right. I've also made a lot of mistakes when it comes to numbers, and I don't think it's something that you can ever perfect. You might have a plan that's okay. This is the most realistic. I've considered every factor, and then so something totally blindsides you and punches you in the face, and your cash flow is or never what you expect. Some like just last before we raised our last round, I went back and looked at our financial projections we did way back in 2016, and I laughed at myself. How stupidly optimistic was I? But I think financials is. I think it's with experience, with after learning from that mistake. I don't think it's something that I've still perfected, but I just make less mistakes when it comes to that. But I have also made a lot of mistakes um, in the realm of running the business. I've made mistakes, investing too much into the wrong customers. I've invested, and sometimes I've made a lot of mistakes in managing teams as well. You want to be the most lenient, most innovative, most startup-y culture boss ever, but sometimes you just have to be the asshole that says, don't get out of the room until, or don't get offline until you get it done. Yeah, I've also made mistakes. When it comes to raising funds, I think only recently I have learned the value of building relationships. In the early stages, when somebody closes a door on me, I don't really look at it anymore and try to find other venues. But I think my mentors that I gained during the accelerator period when I joined in 2021, just last year, shared shared a lot about the importance of, like, I think we've discussed a lot here as well. It might not be the right investor at that time. It's a no for now, right? And there's a lot you can do to turn that no into a yes. And it's something that it took me way longer than it should have to learn in the respect of fundraising, and something that I find invaluable as well. Sometimes you get really heartbroken. It's worse than losing a girlfriend or you get rejected on a date. When investors say your ideas suck, sometimes they can be brutal. Just break down every single thing that you might not have thought of, or break down the business and very logically, very practically, and then you just can't open your mouth then and there. But there's a lot more mistakes I made. I think what Inas just shared is, as a startup founder, it's not that you need to be ready for every single obstacle or you need to know everything. I think the most important thing is knowing how to get back up again. There are sometimes I'm beaten down. I face so many roadblocks and obstacles that I just don't want to get out of bed. But I think that's the difference between a good founder and a bad founder. I've also had days when I'm like, okay, this weekend I don't want to do anything, or on Monday, or even during a work day, I'm just useless. I'm just wasting the day because I don't know what to do, or I'm demotivated. But I think what makes a founder is how you get up. How do you rally your team around you to actually overcome the obstacles that you face? And the most fun part about being a founder is also that you're never gonna have the same problem twice, but you're gonna have unlimited problems.
Okay. So you have to be ready for that.
Yeah, you have to be ready for that. I
Okay.
think no matter how amazing of a business idea you have, you're gonna get beaten down. And how do you get up, right?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah.
I think, in my experience, because I had done few side hustles, and one thing I always few mistakes I have done is trying to expand too quickly. So you know, when you are trying to start making money on one outlet, for example, you try to make multiple outlets, thinking that it is going to be, and then trying to do that, actually you are going to that is going to eat up all the profits you already make. So actually your expansion stage has to be very, very carefully thought about. You know, it should cover your personal expenses, the salaries and everything, and then build up some reserve and then go for expansion. That is the lesson I have learned the hard way. And also the other thing is actually sometimes, you know, the founders are trying to like even Dhanish said, for example, before even he started, they have actually started testing the market. You know, you can never be perfect. Actually, you can never be perfect, because especially it is technology, it is changing every day. So come out actually and start offering the service before actually it is perfect. I think that is very important as well. I think we have one more question, so maybe due to the time, I will answer a little bit about the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have allowed.
I'm attempting to write it in.
Okay, all right.
Sorry,
the right answer for that as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other mistake, I think, what the especially from around the people I have mentored and you know, I have spoken, especially youth, you know, they are actually like, one mistake is, like I said, they try to make it perfect before they even go and tell somebody about it. That is a mistake. Actually, you should share your ideas with. And I think what Inaz has very importantly highlighted is, when you are planning your cash flow, or when you are planning your initial pitch, or when you are doing your forecast, don't do it only for your what initially you need. You know, for example, you need to buy an equipment which costs, for example, $1,000. So you go and pitch to get that $1,000. That's not the way you should actually prepare your financials for pitching. You should actually show at least 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year forecast, where actually then you can bring together those financials and show the bigger picture of what you are invested in and how it is you are going to get the money and how you are going to spend it. I think that is very important. Your costs, your cost side, your assets which you are going to build through that, and all these things. Actually, that's what I said, you need some level of financial expertise also in preparing your pitch. And the pitch also don't have to be a very lengthy you know, presentation or something like that. It has to be very short and sweet, but you have to actually give the nugget of the bait where somebody will, you know, be interested to talk later. And this is something actually salesmen use a lot. I want to share with you as startup founders is, there are 3 things you should aim. Actually, like what Dhanish has said, there are 3 things you should aim when you are going to pitch somebody. You might get rejected, but that is rejection for now. So you should at least try to get another appointment to pitch your idea better, and ask them actually what you have done wrong, so that you can perfect your pitch next time, or refine your idea better. Get their insights and then refine it and go and pitch to them or somebody else. Also, always ask them when you can come and perfect your idea and come back and present them again, or tell them again about that idea. You know, maybe in 6 months or 3 months or whatever time. So always try to buy, even though you don't get the investment, try to keep that connection going, and when you are working, I'm sure now some people whom, for example, Inaz must have spoken at initial days, they must be thinking in their back of mind, if I get a chance now to invest, if I get like 5% or 10% of Kalwadi, I wouldn't mind, but now it might be too late, isn't it?
Right. All right. Danif, Iyaz, and Inas, thank you very much for adding value and sharing your experience with us. We have amazing line of mentors who registered with us in the Maldives Accelerator program. Feel free to reach out to us, and we will share our social media links over here. And if you would like to meet with us and speakers, feel free to join the AR Meet Room link. We will share the link in the message group. Thank you all, and thank you for joining us this session. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I had a really good time. I think it's pretty late over there as well. So good night, all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening to us and being here and spending the last 1.5 hours with us. And obviously, also thank you, Numan and the team, Aisha. Good night, everyone.